The Senate just passed the big, beautiful bill. So what happens now? It'll head back down to the House, where it has to pass without any changes. You can't change so much as a comma on the document that the Senate has drafted for it to be able to go directly to the president's desk. And it is likely that the big bill is going to face some pushback in the House because it kicks 20 million people off of their Medicaid. In fact, the bill that the Senate passed is so incredibly flawed that the final text of the bill is not even ready to read yet. They went through rounds and rounds of amendments over the last couple of days. The Senate parliamentarian got involved to tell them some of the stuff they were proposing was not legal and they couldn't include it that way. But here's the timeline for how this big, beautiful bill would go into effect. Let's say the House passes it right away and it goes to Trump's desk by his July 4th deadline and it gets signed. The current budget and tax policy doesn't actually expire until January 1st, 2026. So everything would sort of stay the same-ish until then, which means you're likely to hear a lot of pushback here on social media about the big, beautiful bill passing and I didn't get kicked off my Medicaid yet being the operative answer. So once we get the final text, I will walk you through it, because the next step is going to be to call on your congresspeople to tell them why voting yes on this bill would directly impact you. It's exhausting. It's disappointing. That's the point. Cruelty is the point. Absurdity is the point. But that doesn't mean that we can give up fighting. We cannot just wait until 2026 and, quote, vote them out. And now for a little levity during the shit show. New York City has a people pooping in the public pools problem. Records show that 44 of New York City's 52 public pools had to close because somebody pooped in the pool. And we're not just talking about babies. Children have to wear swim diapers in public pools. The pool in Staten Island was the worst offender with 15 separate turd-related events. But the worst event happened at an Astoria pool. So if you are trying to beat the heat in New York City and visiting one of our fine public pools, please make sure you're feeling well enough to swim. Because Lord knows, we are dealing with enough shit shows. We don't need one at the public pool.